There's so many crucial issues facing the trans community. I think, you see anything from kind of addressing issues around violence and security and safety. Issues around legal gender recognition are really important. Issues around intersectionality. A lot of the groups that we work with, people have a multitude of identities, so their experience of being trans or their gender identity or gender expression is also informed, obviously, in terms of their race, their class, their sexuality, their abilities. Like, all of these factor into how people can live their lives. And so often people face marginalization or discrimination because of where those identities intersect. So the International Trans Fund, or ITF, is a new fund that's focusing specifically on movement building within the trans community. What's particularly interesting about the ITF is it's a participatory grant model. So we very much want the trans community to be involved in the decision-making process. Ireland in 2015 passed a Gender Recognition Act that was very much based on self-determination, which meant that for the first time Irish trans people were able to self-define their legal gender, which was amazing. It was such a fantastic moment as a trans activist working in the Irish context to be part of that, because up until that point, people were not able to change their documentations. Well, they weren't able to change their birth certificates, which is really the foundational identity document in the Irish context. So to be part of that campaign was so invigorating, and it was so powerful because we could see what happens when you get a group of committed, dedicated, passionate activists together to work on a particular issue. But also, I think it really helped the Irish trans community step out of the shadows, because it was the first time that the government looked and actually acknowledged that trans people existed in Ireland. At the ITF, we very much issue the ethos of nothing about us without us. So it's absolutely crucial that trans people are at the center of the decision-making roles, and that the trans people and the trans movement is being facilitated by the ITF. And I'm very, very excited about the possibilities that funding can offer groups, particularly groups that have been so under-resourced, so underfunded for so long. And I think the ITF is going to play an important role in bringing together and facilitating the trans movement. There's so much rich, amazing work being done, and we want to highlight that, we want to lift that up, and we want to support that. So I'm really excited about what the future holds.